What is up, guys? It's your boy Steve-O again, and I'm back again for yet another video review. And today we're going to be talking about the Namelessrc 12 amp all-in-one flight controller. So I told y'all guys I wanted to get back with y'all and let y'all know how the flight controller is holding up to crashes and all that stuff. I believe maybe it's been over 2 months or so. I was running a GIP-RC on here, and I switched out to the Power Drone all-in-one, and I can be I'm almost 100% sure it's a Namelessrc board. But yeah, it's one of the first ones that came out that has a USB on the bottom. But yeah, I've been crashing and bashing this a whole lot, and it's held up and haven't had any issues. Also, I've been running it on the Twiglet as well for over a month, and no issues with it yet. And yeah, I just want to tell y'all that it's been holding up to, the crashes and, the ground and pounding that I've been doing on this board. But yeah, let me just tell you some of the issues I've been having with this board. So I don't know why this board is super hard to flash. It's extremely hard to get into DFE mode. You have to, try and try. And it's just extremely hard. It's a pain to get into DFE mode and to flash this board. I don't know why, but the same thing with the Twiglet. I'm running this same exact board, and the Power Drone as well. It's the same exact thing. It's just really hard to get into Flash and Flash new firmware. Also, the same issues that I'm having with all three boards is the idle speed. So the idle speed is a little off too. So when I arm my quad, the motors just spin up so fast. So I always have to go back into Betaflight and, dial it down to 3.5 to 4% on the idle speed. So there's something definitely going, something a little fishy going on with these boards. And when you're flying, you get that flutter sometimes because, the idle speed is, automatically set to 5 or 5.5 on Betaflight. So yeah, once I lower it down, it helps out with the flutter that I'm getting using this flight controller. But another thing that I want to bring up too, that these boards have the wrong ESC firmware flashed on these boards. So I found that out the hard way. So I wanted to flash, the new RPM filters, Jazz Mavic 48 Hertz. And I forgot that these boards had the wrong firmware on there, and they come stock PH15, and I think they're supposed to be PH90. And so, I'm flashing Jazz Maverick PH15, spinning up the motors and Betaflight, everything's fine. I looked at the bar row videos and other YouTubers, and I did a little research. So I'm spinning up each motor one by one. So I spin up motor number 1, and it kind of twitches. Motor number 2, I spin that up, and the ESC just bursts into flame. So you can see right here where it caught into flame. So yeah, that ESC just went into flames. The whole quad was caught on fire on the bench. It was pretty crazy. And I actually had this board in the TP3, and I had to change that out to the Beta 12 amp all-in-one board in here. So I haven't had any issues. I've been flying that for a little bit. But yeah, I just want to let y'all guys know to beware if you're gonna flash or use RPM filtering, to use PH90 at least, and hopefully it works out. I've even heard people on I was chatting with people on YouTube, and they're saying that even flashing PH90, they're having some kind of weird issues. Their quad was doing some weird stuff while they were flying too. So I'm just gonna stay away from RPM filtering with this board until someone maybe comes up with a fix. Or I mean, if you're having not having any issues, and let me know what firmware you're running. If you're running PH90, you're not having any problems, or maybe if you're running PH15 and it's working fine. But yeah, a lot had to do with the wrong ESC firmware that I flashed on here. So I flashed 15, and it should have been pH 90. So yeah, I just want to let y'all know just to beware. And if you really know what you're doing, then go ahead. But if you're someone like me and you're just kind of, you know, experimenting with RPM filtering and you really don't know what you're doing, I just would recommend you try RPM filtering. But yeah, leave a comment below and let me know what boards are working out for you. The Beta FPV board seems to be working fine. I have the GEP-RC board on this this build. I've got this build back up again, the Primo. I'm kind of miss flying it, but if I do try RPM filtering, the next board I'll probably try out is the GEP-RC. I heard it's been doing fine on RPM filtering. But as for the Nameless, on the Twiglet and the Twig, I'm not even gonna bother messing with RPM filtering after that, because I mean, this was pretty much $40 down the drain, and it was a good board. It was working fine until I started going into trying to venture into RPM filtering. But yeah, the next video that should be coming up is the Twiglet. I don't know if y'all saw, you know, my overview and discussion of the Twiglet, but I'll leave a link down below if you missed out. And it's just, you know, overview of the Twiglet and the Twiglet Mini, just the frame review, that type of stuff, and discussion. But yeah, I'll be doing my full review on the Twiglet pretty soon. And also I have the FPV Cycle on here as well. I took the 1105s off, and these are the 1303 5K, which are sold out. You can't get them anywhere, probably not till after Chinese New Year. So very, very popular motor. It's also a very nice motor, I might say. But yeah, more to come on the channel. Also, the Mobula 6. I've been flying this guy, so this guy has been a ton of fun. And yeah, my thoughts on this pretty soon. But yeah, I got a few videos to make. I haven't flown a little 65mm whoop in a long time. I forgot how small these things were, but yeah, more to come on the channel. So y'all guys comment, like, and subscribe. FPV is life, and I'll see y'all guys on the next one. Out of here.